Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back. It's good to see you here again. Today I got a really great project, one that I found very enjoyable to create. This is it here. This is my castle where I'm going to be putting all of my pencils, paint brushes, razors, X-Acto knives, scissors, all those tools that I normally use on projects. They're going to be in one place, easily accessible, going to be right on the side of my desk. So I don't have 13 different places for tools and gotta go here or there to grab it. No more. It's all gonna be in one place, organized and easy for me. So I'll tell you what, why don't I show you how I built this awesome castle, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, friends, let's get right into it. So I am using a medium that I rarely use, which is clay. And this is air dry clay. I wanted to use it because this stuff looks really cool for brickwork, stonework, that sort of thing. So anyway, just rolled out some clay. This is air dry clay, actually I got from the dollar store. Did the tinfoil treatment on it, and I used the roller that I printed, that I 3D printed, that has a stone pattern on it. And this worked really, really well. I really like this thing. These are great to print off. You know, they have multitude of uses. So I really enjoyed working with that thing, this project. So just going to scrape off the piece of clay there that I cut, and that's just to give me a straight line so that when I do put it on the cylinder, it will match very nicely. So this was the only real issue I had with the clay, is that it kind of stuck to the surfaces. I used that silicone mat and that was way worse, which kind of surprised me. But anyway, so after I took it off the mat there, just put some normal PVA glue and wrapped it around the cylinder. This is just a cardboard cylinder, paper towel, I don't remember what it was. And anyway, so just glued it on and cut it so that it would match up, and then I smoothed out the seam a little bit and tried to match up the brickwork on that side. So that was pretty much how it ended up. Pretty simple, there's not much more to it than that. So then I used some of these juice lids that kind of have a castle-y kind of look to them, and I thought that would be pretty cool for different bases and different things. So that's what I used for this piece here, which I didn't even use this piece, to be honest. It was a little bit too short. But that was the basic way that I did all of the brickwork, all the clay on these cans and cylinders, and it turned out pretty cool. And the unfortunate thing though is that it cracked, but hey, it's gonna be rough. So then I took this round MDF sheet here and I glued the XPS foam to the sides of it. And this is just going to give me a base. It's going to give me a container so that I can have all these cylinder pieces that I made fit in a specific place. You know, it was just neat. It seemed neat to me, so that's what I did there. So after I glued it on, I textured it up, and then I went about cutting with my X-Acto knife, cutting some slits in it so that it will look like brick. You know, using your knife, cutting through it'll not too far, you know, just a little bit, maybe a couple millimeters in. It gives the appearance of brickwork. So that's what I did there, and then I used a pencil just to kind of widen the gaps of the razor mark, just to give it a little more texture, a little more depth, so you can clearly see that it's supposed to be brick. And then after that, I just glued on some pieces of brick that I had cut quite a while ago, and put that around the rim. So that was just kind of to give that castle-y top look, as you can see there. So then I went about Mod Podging and black painting this whole thing. And it was perfect because it was a container, so I just mixed it up right in that container and went to work painting it. Hey everybody, if you're enjoying this video, please do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Let's go back to the video. So as you can see there, it's all nice and shiny. It's all painted up, and that's gonna help that piece be a little bit stronger than it normally would have. And then I started gluing brickwork, pieces of brick onto the columns that I had made. And this is just with XPS foam. Again, pretty much mimicking the same thing that I did on the base. And as you can see there, all the towers have the top castle look to it now with the bricks. Looks pretty cool. So after Mod Podge, I did a pretty light gray dry brush on this whole piece here. And then after that, went to work using the black wash. And this turned out really cool. After that, just your standard gray castle paint. I did that to all the columns, all the brickwork. Made that look nice and gray so that I could pretty much do the exact same thing that I did with the base on those. So after the black wash of the base, I went about using a pure white dry brush. And this was a heavy dry brush, as you can see, because I wanted that to really show up. I wanted all of this to really show up. And there you go. That's what it looks like, nice and bright. So after that was all dry, a little bit of glue, Mod Podge, and I went about putting some flocking down just for a really, really nice bright green base for the castle. I had first thought that I was going to do a resin, a lake, kind of like a moat, but it turned out that I did not have anywhere near the space that I would have needed for that, and it wouldn't have looked good. So I just went with pretty much just a turf color. So you see these doors here? These doors are made of clay. So I made these a while ago, and I had a few of them hanging around, so I thought this would be the perfect time to use these up. And I'm just going to glue them onto the sides, and it's pretty cool looking when it's finished, as you'll see. And this here is just your standard XPS foam, cut really thin, but check this out. This is another 3D printed roller, and this is a wood grain roller. And I think pretty much I'll never use toothpicks or my tweezers again, because this turned out so cool. Check this out. Look at the wood grain pattern on this foam. It just looks amazing. So I think I found my new favorite tool for making wood grain. So then on to the tower top. The highest tower, just some glue. So that's some tacky glue, and these are just some shingles that you saw the wood that I rolled it out there. Cut these up, and these are the shingles for the top of the tower. Really rough looking. I didn't put it in any kind of straight or nice pattern. Wanted it to look a little bit off, and there it is. It looks pretty cool. That wood grain, man, does that ever pop? I really like that. So after that was done, went about Mod Podging that, black paint and Mod Podge. Keep that as strong as possible. You know, with me reaching in for these tools, it's going to get bumped, so just a little bit of extra strength so that it'll hold up for quite a while. And then I wanted to do a little bit more color on the actual structure itself, so a nice bright reddish paint here on the shingles there. And then a little bit of a dry brush. As you can see, it's going to make all that really pop. Like that wood grain, man. I'm just really impressed with that. Man, I really like that. And then after that, we went to a black wash, and I was going to do a white wash again, but I liked the way this looked, so I just left it at that. So anyway, here's the final product, guys. I really hope you like this video. I had great fun making it. Please have fun. We'll see you again.